Hey, good morning, everybody. I had talked on another video about powerlifting, weightlifting, weight training, something that I'm very passionate about, and a good friend of mine got me started in back in 2000 when I was a younger man, and that is powerlifting. And so I was a reserve officer for 8 years, and uh, besides um, the book training and the field training, one of the best things that you could do as a reserve officer is to be physically fit. And that means, so if you find yourself going hands on with somebody, that you're going to dominate, that situation. And the stronger you are, the better you are. The least likely you are of getting hurt, and your arrestee or your detainee getting injured as well. You want to quickly subdue the person that you're fighting with, and you don't want to get injured, and you don't want to cause any injury to the person that you're arresting. And so that's always stuck with me. So we had we had a weightlifting class when I was in the 7th and 8th grade, and so I started that, and that was great. And our coach, our gym teacher, called him Mac, had a big, huge paddle. So you would pull the first row of the bleachers out, and you would do push-ups, sit-ups, and dips until he said stop. And if you stopped, you got a SWAT. I mean, there's no games here. And then we had a small weight room off the gym, and he would test us on that. We could bench and so on and so forth. And I mean, it was just a really great way, for young men to build some strength and some self-confidence. Anyway, so I just really loved it. And then I got hooked on Arnold Schwarzenegger. Me being German, him being Austrian. I don't know if that was a connection or not, but I was motivated by Arnold Schwarzenegger and as a young man. And so, I mean, I'd bang it out, man. My mom had bought me some, back in the day, they were plastic concrete weights. And, man, I'd be upstairs in my room, I would just be blasting it. Although I was young, and, at that age, you really don't put on a lot of size. Certainly don't know anything on supplements and eating and that sort of thing, and protein, and I just ate whatever was there to eat, and then just lifted, and went to this gym at a college university that was segregated. So men were in one dorm and women were in the other, which was fantastic. You didn't have any of that, I call it eye candy, distractions. Some of these women come to the gym and they're just all, these outfits leave nothing to the imagination at all. And it's very distracting for men because, we're so visual. And I just don't like it. And so anyway, as I've gotten older and moved around, my time at the gym kind of dwindled. And so then COVID hit, and I started buying up dumbbells and plates and so on and so forth off Facebook Marketplace. And I built my own home gym. And so for the last, 4 years now, I've just been cranking it out at home. And then one day I thought to myself, I was watching a YouTube video, and they were talking about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, and how a lot of men are very deficient in that hormone. So for giggles, I decided, you know what, I'm going to pay for this myself. There's the local clinic here, and I set up an appointment, went and got tested, and man, I was flabbergasted. my total T was the first test was 180, and then so I took that report, showed my doctor. She had me do it again, and it was 160, which is way too low for a guy my age. So anyway, long story short, so I started TRT therapy. Man, what a world of difference that made. Just, mentally, and certainly physically in the gym, just made a huge difference. And so making this video, I would encourage anybody over the age of 40, men over the age of 40, to go down and get a simple testosterone test, and just to see where you're at. Some of you might be perfect or within what some doctors consider norm, and I think there's a different standard, different math, I swear, depending on the doctor. So you just never know. So, but it's good to know where you're at on that. And if you're feeling lethargic and you just don't have a lot of energy, that could be the reason why. So, simple blood test, and you'll find out, where you're at or where you're not. And so I basically give myself a shot every Saturday in my thigh. Then I rotate, left and right every other Saturday. So one Saturday it's left leg, next Saturday it's right leg, and it seems to work out pretty good for me. So, and then along with that, you need to make sure that you're staying on top of that with your doctor and getting blood work done, because it does elevate your red blood cell count. And for me, the cure-all for that was to donate blood. And so my red blood cell count is high. It ranges between 17 and 19, and which is not horrible. And but I have nice thick blood with a high red blood cell count. And one way to combat that is to donate blood. And I'd never done that before until I started TRT. So that was just a great way to help other folks. And I'm healthy otherwise. Everything is good. And but you got to stay on top of that when you're taking TRT. So if you're going to invest the time to go through that, invest the time in making sure that all your other blood work comes back good. I think it's PSA, prostate, make sure that stays normal. Gosh, there's something else I wanted to say too, but I can't remember what it was. But anyway, so it's a little short on that. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you and explain anything further or more detail if that's what you're looking for. But anyway, have a good day. God bless you.